Killiansburg Cave.
In June 1992, a group of 10 adventurous Boy Scouts embarked on an exploration of the Killiansburg Cave, a modest limestone cave nestled within the hills of West Virginia, near the Potomac River. The cave wasn't extraordinary, just a narrow series of twisting tunnels, but its mysterious allure was enough to spark the interest of these daring scouts. Among them was 13-year-old Brian Quintanilla, a curious and perceptive boy, always alert to the small details that others missed. While most of the group stuck to the main chambers, Brian noticed a narrow passage hidden away to the side. It seemed tight, barely wide enough for his shoulders, but it piqued his interest as if it were a secret passage leading to another part of the cave. Without telling anyone, he ventured alone into the darkness. The passage immediately grew constrictive. Cool, damp rocks scraped against his sides as he squeezed forward. The tunnel twisted in an L shape, and when Brian reached the bend, he realized the difficult task of contorting his body to navigate through. With his legs angled awkwardly, he pushed himself through with great effort. Past the bend, the tunnel widened slightly, giving him a brief moment of relief, but that sense of accomplishment was short-lived. When he tried to retreat, he found himself trapped. The angle of his legs and hips prevented him from reversing his movements. Panic set in as he struggled to free himself. Alone in a tunnel no one else had noticed, his heart raced. Back in the main chamber, the others soon realized Brian was missing. They began calling his name, but they had no idea where to look. His voice, muffled and filled with fear, reached them from the depths of the cave. Following his faint cries, the scouts discovered Brian's legs sticking out from the narrow tunnel. Despite their efforts to pull him free, he remained stuck, wedged tightly in place. Brian's body was contorted in painful positions, his chest compressed, his legs locked in a hyperextended angle. The agony was unbearable. Word reached the scout leader, who was also Brian's mother. Rushing to the scene, she crawled into the passage, calling out for her son. Brian's response was weak, but he was still conscious. She knew the only way to free him was to reverse the movements he had made to enter. Although Brian hesitated, the pain of remaining trapped forced him to comply. His mother gently guided him inch by inch as he screamed in agony. Slowly, Brian's torso emerged, and with one final pull, she freed him. Shaking and crying, he collapsed in the wider tunnel. But their ordeal wasn't over. The cave still felt suffocating. With his mother's support, Brian scrambled out and made his way back through the dark passages. When they finally emerged into the daylight, Brian collapsed onto the grass, exhausted and trembling. He had survived, but the memory of that narrow tunnel would stay with him forever.